Morning, good morning. Lin Jiang, thanks for the sub. Hopefully, I didn't botch that too hard. All right, loading up my trading applications. Excuse me. Looks like we could be going up for the opening range high here. Gee whiz. touch that orb high here. See what it does. That 945 candle usually gives us a good 15-minute move. Not always the direction of the day, but everyone's going crazy about Hood right now. Oh, rightfully so. 52-week high. Oh, yeah. Not even close. I do not have a ton of exposure in Hood, but that thing has gone straight up. All right, rejecting orb high now. Apple breaking through. Check for the economic calendar for today. Got Jolt 10 o'clock. So any trading before 10 o'clock is just to be break even for that news, really. Do want to look back at swings, though. Home Depot is a 3-bar now to the upside. Eight minutes till news for Jolts. Video well over. So here we are on Qs. This is actually a good teaching point. If we don't make a new high here, right here, it means that pretty much these are the two levels to break. Because if we don't make a new high here and we break this, then we're making a lower low. So if you have a right to be bearish right now, pretty much in this box, you can be either or. You can be playing for the break higher, or you can say, well, we're going to triple top, which is kind of what we're doing right now. And then if we do break this structure, here's what your risk to reward would look like, right? Because you're looking at the low of the opening range. So a 3.5 R trade. So if you're ever seeing me kind of fading the initial move, it's because I only have to be right 1 in not even 3 times in that case, almost 1 in 4 times. And usually I'm right well over 50-50. Right now, with a current 3 bar, I wouldn't be looking short. But that's the 2 ideas that you can have right now. Obviously, that sounds stupid. You can have an idea to be long, or you can have an idea to be short. But it's not just that. It's in this zone specifically, you have a right to be long or short. And you're looking just for strat signals, right? Either direction. So right now, a 3-2, that next, well, it's on the 30 seconds, so take that with a grain of salt. But on the minute here, a 3-2 would be pretty darn, it would at least give me probably 10 points. Problem is that level I'm looking at NQ is right at the 600s, so makes sense why it's rejecting at this level. 5 minutes until we got news, though. Trading is a balance, right? Your risk to reward always has to be favorable to you, along with your win rate. I have a saying here that I coined a long time ago, that if you have a 99% win rate and your one loser blows your entire account, you have a 99% win rate in a blown account. So win rate alone doesn't matter for squat. Your risk to reward is the name of the game. And I also constantly harp on people that our job to make money in the market is not to be the best execution trader that we've ever seen. It's to be the best risk manager. If you can keep your head above water when it's time for a home run, these last 3 days that I've traded have been just that I've traded because I have a different schedule. But the last 3 days have been just absolutely abysmal. Just chop 3 days in a row for me. I think I missed Friday and Thursday last week. So it would have been yesterday, Wednesday, and something else. Tuesday, probably. But, for all I know, after Jolts, we might shoot up to the moon. Not saying we will. Probably not. Jolts isn't that big, but you get what I'm saying. If I risked all my money and blew my accounts the last 3 days, which would never happen for me, but because I've felt the pain of blowing accounts before. But if I wasn't in the game when it was time to execute, then I'm missing out on a day that would make all those 3 days worth it. So risk management's the name of the game. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to take this long here, 602.25 NQ. It's a failed 2 down, 2 up on the 5 minute. And that's the reason for me taking it. 50 points NQ long. 21, 602, 25, 50 points. I am going to start probably being a little more aggressive with taking profits before half hour, especially if we're going to chop. Just a heads up. So my win rate will go up, my risk to reward will go down, everything will pan out. This has about 2 minutes to go in the direction I intended, or, well, not even. It has about 45 seconds before I cut it. All right, cutting down 7. Thought that was just going to go. All right, let's keep our eyes on headlines here. And that is why we close before news. It would have gone my direction, but easily could have gone the other direction. Schultz came in higher than expected. I believe that is bad for the market. Usual effect, actual greater than forecast is good for currency. Good for currency goes backwards of the market. Man, I really could have just slapped NVIDIA right there. I was thinking of it. Didn't end up pulling the trigger, but. All right, let me look up to my scanner here. Why is my screen so dark? Core options. Home Depot, JPM, no trigger. Uber, short. Yeah, actually. Where are we? June 3rd. What is that? A failed 2 up, 2 down on Uber. I actually do like that. I'm going to throw an order. Pretty wide spread here on the 75s. It's tightening up again. I'm going to try for 135 on the 75s for July monthlies. Fed Bostic just said recession is not in his forecast right now. 718, 75 put, 113. All right, so we've done a whole bunch of nothing here on the Qs with that news. Got partialed on Uber. Shocked I haven't gotten more. Could roll it in the 70s. Those have way more volume. I'll send a note. Oh, I got more there. 70s are just a little further out, obviously. But how I'm looking at Uber right now is kind of like this broadening formation. Put that up there. And I'd probably put it like this. So we're, risk to reward, if we are going to make a new low, it'd be at 61. That's kind of daydreaming. Realistically, though, if we do break and go, this is a shooter candle, this 2 bar here on the monthly. If we go 2-2 rev, that would be our target down there at 61. But realistically, we're not going to get there in 1 month. Could, probably won't. Let me keep checking my scanner. Oh, we're going down. Mule and timber. Short 89.25, 50. 21.589, 25, 50. There's 25. Looking at Qs. Um, Getting a little bit of a relief bounce here on the NQs. Calm down there. We don't need to go back to break even. Okay. Guess we do. Out break even on NQ. So we kind of just wicked under that, did we not? Yeah. So this is definitely a level to watch. Right now we're retracing, right? So that whole move. Turn my 618 pocket on. Oh wait, I have a setting, I think. Hold zone, there we go. So that's that golden pocket right there is what we're watching for. All right, while we wait. AMC, why is that on my scanner? It's a $3 stock. Holy smokes, I missed something. Did they do like a 10 for or 1 for 10 or something like that? Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just guessed it. Yeah, I was going to say AMC did not hit $350 in that hype era. That's crazy. I guess that though. All right, Nvidia on the scanner. For shooter, or it was yesterday, 212 up. Intel and CVS are next. Intel. Man, Intel does me so dirty all the time. Fix this. CVS. All right, looking bullish. Back above orb. I'll grab the 27s.55 for as long as we're over orb. Spotlight's not in orb though. I'm gonna hold off for now. Actually, I'm closing. I'm gonna wait for Spy to get above orb. It's odd that it is not. When I do enter calls, it will be these 527s. New 5 minute here in about a minute. Finger on the buy for those 527s. Buy stop on Q's 612.75 for a 2-1-2 up. Filled on those. And now I'm going to grab those Q's for 5.5. First trim will be 18 points NQ. And then 27 points. All right, Q's 0.61, and Q hasn't hit first trim yet. It's 0.61 again on Q's. Taking some 15 here on Q. Trailing stops to minus 10, so it'll be pretty much flat if it hits. Yeah, that 3 bar is kind of damning right there. Out Q's. I might have gotten out too early right there. Excuse me. I probably will get out early, but I will re enter if that is so. Just looking across the Mag 7, this is not. I mean, Tesla, I'd be shorting. Amazon's looking short. Microsoft's near its low of day. Still have some exposure in the NQs, but I'm actually going to trail this stop loss up to 606 for minus 5.5. All right, stopped out NQ. It's all flat. And here is where I'm looking short, honestly. Where does this day turn red? Oh, it's going to be green for a while. How about the hour? Not that long. Right about there. $15, then a new 5 minute candle. Feeling short, but doesn't mean I'm going to go short. It's actually very important what the next 5 minute candle does. Meta looks short. All right, I am taking the short. 99 flat, 50 points. Oh, I might have just gotten wicked in. On NQ, it's a failed 2 up, 2 down on the 5. Right, Chia. But it is taking my wick for all it's worth right now. This might be a rare scenario where I am willing to average down. Average down orders at 20, which would bring my stop losses up to probably around 35. But it's going back down for a bit here. I am eyeing Meta. That's what I want to short if I'm going to short something. Microsoft's not looking. Or sorry, Microsoft. All right, DCA was hit. Average is at 12.75. Stop loss. Hello. Why is it not moving? I'll just call it 20 points. So a little more than 1-to-1 DCA and tighten my stop by a little more than 1-to-1. Oh my, SPY. SPY's shooting up, but Apple's dropping like a rock. One minute left on this 5 minute candle. Back to break even almost. Now break even. First trim is 10 points for me. This is a 20-point trade now. New 5-minute candle inbound, 7 seconds. Stop loss is right around here on the cues, just for visual purposes. Right around that white line up there. Back to break even on NQ. Gonna load up the Microsoft chain for puts. Looking 460s. Those are expensive. Looking 455s then. All right. I will go 55s at 1.25. 455s. Missed my trim on NQ by, well, my limit order there by, oh, there it goes. All right, limit order hit, stop loss up to break even. 12.50 technically. Salvage that one. Next trim would be 92. Just gonna set my order. Coming back to flirt with me at the 12s. Just got wicked and filled on the 92s, but price didn't go there. But nonetheless, 20 points hit. Next trim is 40 or 72. 25, because I can't get 72. These Microsofts are a slow mover right now. Up about 10 cents per, but I guess it's definitely not a zero DTE, so I shouldn't expect it to, but still. Well, this is quite the retracement here so far. All right. It's wicked out, break even on NQ. Still a Microsoft. Probably going to cut that. Another day where we're stuck in one zone for 40 minutes long. Morning, Deontay. Didn't miss much, man. We're, like I said, just now, we're another day where we're stuck in one zone for 40 minutes. Happened yesterday, too, except happened literally all day until power hour. Thursday was a good day. Yeah, this was the last day I traded, Wednesday last week. Just kind of gross days so far this year or this month. All right, close Microsoft break even. Got nearly the 10% trim, but just not going enough. I would be shocked if I found something else to enter on. Mm. I'm going to send an order out here. City 1.6, the 80 calls for July 18th. I'm going to try to limit at 1.6. A little greedy, but just in case it drops a little bit. Full time frame continuity to the upside right now. Weekly just went 312 up. Daily just went 32 up. Found that in the scanner. 80 call. 1.6 limit will fill at 1.65. Well, I'm not going to be buying this long, mostly because I'm sitting on profit and don't really want to risk it on something that has not moved since 10 o'clock. And actually, half of the Mag 7 looks short to me right now. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. I know I'm missing Google in here, but the 6 of the 7 Mag 7s. All right, a couple more minutes in my morning session. Does anyone have anything they want me to look at? I just saw I got pinged somewhere. Yeah. If you aren't in a trade, would you mind explaining what the shooting star candle? Yeah, yeah. Um, do you know what a hammer candle is, Meow? Sorry, I just saw that. Yeah. So if you know what a hammer is, it's just the opposite candle shape on the top side. So here's apple. Um, this would be a shooter. This candle here. Let me see if I can eyeball any others. This would be close. I would probably consider this a shooter. I would rather the body be down near the bottom, but still. Essentially, it's the same morphology as um, a hammer. And the reason we love a hammer is because it went down and the body closed high, which means that we went and liquidated everybody below us. And now, if it goes 2-2 to the upside for a hammer, it means we're likely going to be seeing some more upside movement. Similar for a shooter. A shooter, we have a huge wick to the upside, but the body closed here down below, which means that we liquidated everybody up here. We got those suckers in this trade. And so these people are thinking we're long, right? Everybody who got bought right here, everybody whose orders got triggered to the upside, they're all long. So as soon as we go and start selling, the only way for them to get out of their positions is to sell. So that is For me in my brain, I think of everything like very matter of fact or logically, whatever you want to call it. And so that's how it makes sense to me. That's why the strat works for me so well, because it just makes sense that, these people who are in longs, if they want to sell, they have to short their position, they have to sell their position. And people who are short, when they want to cover their position, they have to buy their position, which is why when we're taking reversals, that's essentially what we're banking on. We're banking for these people to be, liquidating their position and further pushing price in the direction that we think it's going to go. Thank you very much. You're very welcome. Anytime. I love to teach and help out where I can. What is RH? Never heard of it. It just says RH. Alrighty. That's it for me this morning. I'll see you all here. I have class tomorrow, so I'll see you here Thursday. Thanks for coming out, asking questions. Hopefully you learned something. And if not, thanks for watching anyways, I guess. Love y'all. I'll see you